Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2. Perfect. Hello, everyone. Welcome to NACS Racing, North American Circuit Series. I'm your host, Sidoni Muse. Tonight for race 16 of our inaugural season of NACS, we are here at the Dutch GP, Zandvoort, here in the Netherlands. Tonight, it looks like we have about 11 guys, 11 talented drivers showing up to race tonight. Should be a good race, because it's not just any normal race weekend, folks. It is also our 4th sprint race. Our 4th sprint of NACS Season 1, 4 out of 6. Here at Netherlands. One-shot quality, followed by 12-lap sprint into the 36-lap race. Should be pretty interesting. Also dynamic weather, as per all races in NACS. So that could always come into account and shake things up completely. But before we start things up tonight, let's just do a quick rundown through who we got here right now. So we have the current constructors leaders at the moment, holding the lead in the Constructor Championship. Great Ace and Vodka victory in the Aston Martins. We have Slingshot and his teammate Drew Lee in the Alfa Romeos. Drew Lee a little bit under the weather tonight, but he still manages to show up, so good on him. Then you have Smoke, a.k.a. Blackstaff, and Pete the Newfie in the Red Bulls. Sparky and Jelly in the McLarens. Both of them have been on a wild ride the past couple of races. Had some really strong results. We got Abrupt, repping the AlphaTauri, his teammate Beaver not here tonight. And lastly, we actually got both Alpines here tonight. We got Slavage, and we got his teammate Benzo Slice. He's playing on the PC, so see this weird EA name, Robin or whatever, but that is Benzo Slice, Slavage's teammate in the Alpine. So it should be pretty interesting. Should be a pretty fun race, I would say. Me personally, I'm a big fan of this track, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. Should be a very fun time. So we're just waiting for everyone to ready up here now. We'll get things underway with the one-shot quali. Try our best. It's always hard to commentate on one-shot qualies because the sliding back and forth between people happens very, very slowly. It's very hard to get back and forth, so not gonna be able to see everything, but try our best. Everyone's readying up there now, it looks like. And we're gonna get things underway. But if you're unaware, NACS, we race every Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on F123. This is our very first season, 24 races in total. Basically the entire calendar plus Portugal. Only tracks we didn't have on the calendar this season were China and France. Everything else we have on our calendar, really long season. Season 2 probably won't be as long, but really solid first season that we've had so far. Had some really hype races. Some really close races too. Lots of different race winners. And the thing in this league, folks, if this is your first time watching, is everyone driving tonight, everyone drives with absolutely no assists whatsoever. Nothing. Not even the corner line. So it's going to be quite... I mean, Netherlands itself is a very challenging track. For a lot of people. Some people, it's definitely one of the tougher tracks in the game. Very easy to just lose the car, make a mistake, and your race is completely over. So I would be shocked if we don't see at least one safety car tonight, that's for sure. Just waiting for the guys to load up now, and then they're going to load up their setups and start up for the one-shot quali. So like I said, we just gotta wait for everyone to load their setups and get ready to go. Not a long lap here at Zandvoort. but we'll get to see. I'm sure we'll see a wide variety of lap times here in this one shot. This could be a great chance, though, for some of the slower guys to potentially get some points over the faster guys, because if it's very easy for someone to just make one little slip up and screw up on their lap time, and then they can get sniped from people that, if this were a regular quali, they would never be sniped by. Like, they would always qualify ahead of. So that's the beauty of these one-shot qualies. It definitely helps shake up the grid going into the sprint race itself. It usually makes for a pretty entertaining time, I would say. Just do a quick summary of our driver standings right now. Vodka Victory is leading our championship right now, followed by Druply in second. Pete and Ferd Sparky fourth. Slingshot fifth, so that's our top 5 right now going into this race. But a lot of these guys are very close in points, so especially with this being a sprint weekend, more points on the table. It's gonna be a battle for second position in the driver standings tonight, I would say. We'll see who comes out on top. But here we go, and we're into the one-shot quali. Loading up the data here now, coming around start-finish line. Let's get it. Let's see. Abrupt Pew Pew in practice times was looking pretty fast here at Zandvoort. All the times are bouncing around the place, and Slavage is already out of the one-shot quali. So Slavage will be starting at the back for the sprint race. But I kind of expected that. I think he had to run to the washroom, actually. I think that's the reason for that. I'm pretty sure he had to run to the washroom. Funny enough. Abrupt losing some time there, though. Not the best Sector 1 there for Abrupt. Both Aston Martins and McLarens are flying, though. Sparky currently fastest there. In Sector 1, coming through Sector 2 here now. Both of them currently faster than Vodka and Great Ace. But everyone's jumping up. Oh, and there goes Benzo. Benzo's getting into the mix as well. Was Ferd fastest there for a moment. Druply also retiring. Druply also unable to get a lap time on the board, so he's going to start from the back with Slavage for the sprint race. Sparky also in a purple Sector 2. If Sparky can stick this, it looks like he's setting himself up for a pole position here in the sprint race. So let's see if he can do it. Here he comes. Around the final corner comes Sparky. He's going to cross the line with a huge flyer of a time. A 109.9. Just barely gets into the 109s. Sparky just barely out-qualifying Blue Jelly and Vodka Victory there with the 109.9. Just squeezes himself in there by a couple tenths. Just barely takes pole position from his teammate and Vodka Victory. Solid lap from Sparky. But again, no points for that. It's all going to come down to the sprint and the actual race. But that's going to be a front row lockout for the McLarens for the sprint race. Sparky and Jelly starting from the front, followed by old rivals Vodka Victory and Benzo Slice starting third, fourth, and Pete the Newfie not too far behind either, starting alongside Great Ace in the sprint fifth and sixth. Abrupt and Slingshot, also some rivals, especially from last weekend at Silverstone, if anyone caught that. 7th and 8th. Then Smoke there. Unfortunately, he also wasn't really able to get a solid time on the board there either. So he's going to start from the back with Druply and Slavage. Perfect. Now we're going to get into our 12-lap sprint race. Oh, and oh my goodness. Sorry, folks. I was looking at what people were saying after that one-shot quali, and I look up to my screen, and all I see is rain. Oh my goodness. So it's actually going to be a wet sprint race. It's actually going to be a wet sprint race here at Zandvoort. Oh my goodness. Oh, jeez. Can't tell yet if it's full wet. It might only be inners. It might only be like, it might not be very wet. It might just be regular wet with the intermediate tires. It's kind of, that's how it could be, but you don't know until we get out there and see. Wow. Okay. Did not see that coming. A wet sprint race for the Dutch Grand Prix. This could shake everything up. The grid order that you see for the sprint race might not be anything like the actual grid order for the full race. Because this track is already slidey enough, let alone throw some wet weather in. Oh man, this could be nuts. Looks like the guys are just getting their setups, getting their wet setups on. Because we do have Park Ferme off, and NACS, so guys can run wet setups when this happens. But this is going to be insane, guys. It's going to be insane. We haven't had wet weather in a while in NACS, actually. It has been a hot minute. I think the last time we had wet weather, if I'm thinking in my mind... Ooh, I think it was the Miami race. I think we might have had some rain during the Miami Grand Prix. But that was over a month ago. So it has been... yeah, it's been over like a month and a half ago. So it has been a while since we've seen any wet weather in NACS. So it's going to be interesting. Drivers are going to do a quick formation lap. Go around. We'll see here now. We'll get a real good tell here. Yeah, and as I expected, it's not wet enough for full wet tires. Everyone's just going to be rocking the intermediates for the sprint race. Unless it happens to dry up. Unless the weather just randomly dries up. But even then, I think most people will just stay out on the inners anyway and just suffer it out. Yeah, I would say more than likely people will just suffer it out. Don't know what happened to Vog Victory and Great Ace there. Guess they're not gonna get to go. What, I don't know what happened to the Aston Martin team there. They're not gonna be able to go around and heat up their tires now. Whatever happened there. Not sure what happened there at all. This will be interesting. This will be a great opportunity for the McLaren drivers to really test what they're made of, you know? It's like they got that crazy fast pace, one lap pace, but what can they do under these conditions at a track like this? Find out here momentarily, but... Oh, one of the Red Bulls there. Going across the sand. Struggling fairly hard. Here we go, all the cars lining up on the grid here now. The Aston Martin's already forced to sit there. Everyone getting into position and we'll get things underway. We'll see if it's a wet full race as well. Hopefully not though. This will be really interesting. Wet sprint, dry full race. And it's lights out and away we go here at the Dutch Grand Prix for the sprint race. Blue Jelly and Sparky taking off the line to hold first and second. With the Aston Martin Vodka Victory not too far behind there. Benzo slicing the Alpine on his inside. We see all the cars going through turn one fairly cleanly. It looks like everyone's keeping it together here. Nothing too crazy. Oh no, but a car has already gone off track. It's one of the Aston Martins. It's Great Ace. Great Ace's car getting really slidey there. He's now fallen all the way to the back of the grid, unfortunately, for Aston Martin. Great Ace now all the way at the back of the grid. Is forced to let everyone else go. Forced to let everyone else go by. Two of my intervals being stupid there, as per usual. Just not working at all. Sparky trying to pull away. Jelly trying to help defend his teammate from Vodka Victory and Benzo Slice, who are on the attack. Waiting to pounce. Oh! Free cars there, going pretty close. Slingshot Smoke going at it into this corner, actually, in these wet conditions. Both these guys are rivals, too. The Red Bull actually going completely off track there. Really struggling. Slingshot's going to pull ahead in all that chaos, that carnage. And Smoke's going to fall down in 9th. Droopy and Great Ace going at it through this corner. Really tough corner to go at it because people will turn it on you, as you see there with Droopy and Smoke. But the guys are keeping it together so far. Which you gotta applaud them for that, especially in these conditions. Really hard to drive like that. Great Ace going for a move on Smoke into turn 1. And he slams right in the back of Droopy Bunyan there. What is Great Ace doing? Terrible racecraft from there from Great Ace. He's gone for some really sketchy moves since he messed up at the beginning of the sprint race. My goodness, what the hell is going on with Great Ace? That is some shocking racecraft there, just slamming right into Droopy. I guess he couldn't get his car to stop. But it wasn't even like that. It's like he was making the corner. He just went bonk right into him. So I don't know about that. Abrupt now, currently in 7th. Still right behind Slingshot. Two of them got into a little incident last week. Abrupt getting really close to Slingshot's rear there, as you can see once again. Here goes the Slingshot. He's locking up constantly. You can see the AlphaTauri driver really struggling with his brakes here tonight. Pete Zanuffi currently holding 5th, just ahead of Slingshot. Oh, and we see both McLarens going at it here, fighting for lead of the race. Jelly and Sparky up at the front. Sparky still holds the lead, though. Vodka Victory not too far behind, though. And there we go. Great Ace has already been forced to pit. He must have taken front wing damage when he slammed into Droopy. And there goes Smoke into the pits as well. Smoke must have also taken damage. So that's 2 drivers forced to pit during this sprint race. So that's very rough for them. Very rough for them. That might seal the deal on their sprint, on them getting any points here tonight in the sprint race. Wow, there's my back there. Ooh. Purple sector there, though, from the Alpine driver, Benzo Slice. He's right on Vodka Victory's tail right now. Great Ace Smoke so far behind now. They're going to need other people to make mistakes or a safety car for them to come back and get any points in the sprint race whatsoever. Or else they're going to be starting from the back for the full race. Both of them clearly struggling with these wet track conditions. But you'll see Sparky not able to get away at all from the cars behind so far in this sprint. How much ERS is he using? Got about half used. He got 3 cars behind him that all want to take this sprint race win away from him, including his teammate, who is also clearly giving it his all, as you can see. All these guys also don't want to play too risky, though, but it is a sprint, so you won't see people go for moves they wouldn't otherwise go for in the full race. That's something else you have to keep in mind when looking at this. Top 4 cars now super far ahead of everyone else behind. They have an over a 10-second gap to the other cars behind. We see no one else really going for any moves out there, though. You know, it is really hard. The problem is that it is really hard to overtake at Zandvoort to begin with. It's already hard enough to overtake here. Let alone... Oh, Slavage going for a move on Abrupt? But has to back off. But yeah, as I was saying, it's already hard enough to go for overtakes at Zandvoort, let alone in the wet. So a lot of guys are picking their moments carefully here, jumping up to Vodka Victory, who's got really close there to getting past Jelly, but is still stuck behind him at the moment. Oh, we see Abrupt, Slavage, and Slingshot still going at it here in the back. Abrupt really trying to put the pressure on Slingshot to make a mistake. Somehow these two end up together once again. Crazy how that works out. Sparky posting a fast lap of the sprint race. But keep in mind, folks, fastest lap on the sprint race really does not matter at all. It's not worth any points. So here we are on board with Abrupt in the Alpha Tower. It looks like he's going to try to go for an overmove on Slingshot here on turn 1. Let's see if he's going to go for it. No, he's not. He's going to back out of it. He's going to back out of it completely. Also plays it safe in the Soup Bowl as well, especially because of these conditions. Drooply Bunyan also not too far behind now either. All these guys fighting for some points here in this sprint race. These are point positions they are fighting for at the moment. This big 4-car train we got going on here. Abrupt is playing it really risky. The back of Slingshot. It's almost like he is having to let off on purpose, because otherwise he'd hit into the back of Slingshot. But because this track is so tight, it's hard to go for a move. Abrupt is going up onto Slingshot's left-hand side. Into the corner. He goes. And Abrupt does it. He gets through there, even though Slingshot didn't really leave him any room. There was contact made there between the two drivers. Slingshot didn't leave him any room, but Abrupt still made it work somehow, moves himself up into 6th. Slavage now also going at it there with Drooply. Looks like Drooply has now gotten past Slavage, though they're fighting into the first corner, though. The Alfa Romeo and the Alpine. Both Alfa Romeos now back to back, super close to each other now. They got to start making a decision. Oh, here they go. Both Alfa Romeos going at it here in the sprint. My goodness, there goes Drooply past Slingshot. Take 7 from him. The Alfa Romeos swap positions so that Drooply can try to chase down Abrupt. Right now, Slingshot just has to try to defend from Slavage, hold on to that final points position here in the sprint race, like he's been doing. Meanwhile, back up at the front, Benzo Slice is still hot on Vodka Victory's tail. Not sure what happened. Oh, Vodka Victory forced to go in and pit. Funny enough. Oh, because DRS has been re-enabled. The track is drying out. So the track is drying out, so Vodka Victory opts to go in and pit for the dry tires, for the slicks, for the softs. We'll see what position he comes out in. He timed it perfectly. As soon as DRS was re-enabled, Vodka Victory has dived into the pits. Will this work out for him? Slingshot also dives into the pits, but he receives a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So unfortunately, it's probably going to cost him. But as I said, I predicted at the beginning, I said what the rain could potentially end before the end of the sprint race, and it did. So now puts the McLarens in a precarious position. Do they just stay out and try to suffer it out for the next couple of laps? Or do they pit as well? Honestly, if I'm Sparky, personally, if I'm Sparky, I might just stay out, to be honest. Try to suffer it out, because, I mean, you're already so far ahead if you look at the gap. You know? I'm going to try to suffer it out. You're also still 5 seconds ahead of 2 other guys behind you who are also on the inners. Nope, but Sparky is going to pit. Sparky is going to go into the pits, and so are Jelly and Benzo. I guess the track really is getting super dry. Oh, and Blue Jelly also picks up a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Guys, you gotta remember, Zandvoort is one of those slower pit lane speed limit tracks. There are certain tracks on the calendar where normally you're allowed to go 80 kilometers an hour, but there are certain tracks where you can only go 60 kilometers an hour. And there goes Abrupt Pew Pew right as I'm saying it, right on cue. Ooh, Slingshot has to catch his car. Oh no, Slingshot's like losing. Oh, sorry, not Slingshot, Druply. Oh my god, I got the Alfa Romeos confused. Druply losing insane grip on his car. His inners are done. He's there swerving all over the place there. Fucking hit into a car. I didn't see who it was, but he did hit into someone there. One of the only guys who did not pit there for the softs and is losing heavily because of it. Shocking. Both Alpines now up into third and fourth, but Slavage still hasn't pit. He's still out on the intermediate tires. He has to be really careful here. He's going to have so much worse grip on track compared to his teammate behind, and Vodka victory. Here goes Benzo, trying to get past his teammate safely. Doesn't want to cause an accident between the two of them. But them and Vodka are coming up to this corner. There goes Benzo through the corner with Vodka victory. Wheel to wheel. They make a slight little bit of contact, but it's okay. Benzo Slice is through. Gets past Vodka victory. Moves up into third position. His teammates Slavage and Druply definitely should have pitted when they had the chance. Oh no, but it looks like I've just caught this now. As Vodka Victory goes for a move with DRS past Benzo Slice. But the two of them are battling into turn one again. This is amazing to see. All the way down up to the soup bowl here now. Vodka Victory taking third back from Benzo Slice. These two guys scrapping just like their glory days in other leagues. There goes Slavage and Druply, forced to now pit for the dry tires. That's going to shift some positions. Same thing with Abrupt, is forced to go back. That's the point I was going to make there. What I just noticed is that not only did Abrupt pit and get a speeding in the pit lane penalty, but he also didn't even have his soft tire selected. This man is absolutely drunk tonight. Absolutely intoxicated. I mean, it's one thing, you always have to select the tires yourself, usually. Like, just go in and slide it over to the softs. But I guess in the heat of the moment, it's easy to forget sometimes, you know? Yellow in Sector 1, Aston Martin, I think those Aston Martin Greatest are struggling a little bit there. Abrupt's now coming out at the back of the sprint race. Oh, what's going on? Druply and Slavage are also... Oh my goodness, but here we go, big battle here for these positions between Vodka Jelly. Jelly's also on inners. What's going on? So many guys have messed up their tire strategy tonight. Benzo Slice and Vodka Victory now fighting for second position in the sprint. The sprint is basically won by Sparky at this point if he can keep it together, but second position in the sprint. Big battle between it here now with Vodka Victory and Benzo Slice. But my goodness, so both Jelly and Abrupt pit. Both of them pit, got speeding in the pit lane penalties, and they didn't even change their tire compound to the softs. My goodness. So, and same thing with Slavage and Druply. Wow. This is going to be great for Grade Ace. Going to help him possibly get some points here for Aston Martin out of this sprint race. This sprint has been amazing so far, I gotta say. Holy shit. Here we go, Benzo Vodka battling it out once again. Only one lap of the sprint to go. Fighting for second position. The win is basically already guaranteed to be Sparky's. He's so far ahead. He just has to keep his head down. As he's posting even faster laps here now. Both these guys going at it hard here. Benzo Slice with DRS. Takes second position back from Vodka Victory. Jelly in the McLaren can still hold on to fourth here in the sprint, even with the 5-second time penalty. Because the next car behind is Pete, who's 9 seconds. So if he can just keep 4-second gap there with Pete, he can still secure fourth, start fourth for the full race. Should be great for him. Brooke gets his slabs there in 10th. Doesn't look like any other positions are really going to be gained here, though. It's mainly a battle for second here right now. Vodka and Benzo. Oh, but Vodka has lost some time to Benzo. Now he's not going to have DRS. That could be it. Oh my god, has Vodka gone to low fuel mode? or something? How did he just lose so much time there to Benzo? He's not even going to get DRS. Savage being forced to pit again, man. My God. Brother did not change his... Twice he did not change his tires. My God. But there we go. Sparky is the winner of your sprint. And vodka victory! Snipes Benzo Slice at the line. I think Benzo... Yeah, I think Benzo's car ran out of fuel in the final corner. So vodka victory takes second position from Benzo Slice in the sprint race. There you have it, folks. But Pete the Newfie will also take 4 from Jelly. Jelly lost too much time. Oh, what a crazy starting grid. So Sparky will be starting from pole position for the full race alongside vodka victory with Benzo and Pete the Newfie. Another set of old rivals starting alongside each other once again. My goodness. On the second row. Followed by... Oh, there's still going on here. Still some positions to be gained here, though. Smoke moves up and takes the final point position away from Drupally. Because that huge choke that Drupally did, like so many of these other guys did, not pitting for their dry compound tire. You have to change it manually. You have to go in and check and make sure it is changed to the soft tires manually. You cannot just trust the game to do it. You have to go do it yourself. My goodness, what a sprint. What a sprint. Indeed, ladies and gentlemen. So like I said, great recovery sprint for Slingshot as well. It's going to start alongside Jelly, 5th and 6th. Great Ace and Smoke starting 7th and 8th. Trupally and Abrupt, 9th and 10th. And then Slavage starting at the very back. Due to his mistake there with the pits. But yeah, that's crazy that 4 or 5 of the drivers on the grid did not pit properly for the soft tires. They either got time penalties or they didn't even swap to the soft tires to begin with. But folks, wow, that was an insane sprint race there. My goodness. Definitely one of the best little stints of racing I've seen this entire season of NACS so far. Absolutely insanity. That's what we expect from Zandvoort. What a great track. But, folks, this is when the drivers like to take a quick little 5-minute intermission to prepare themselves for the full race. So I will see you guys back here in 5 minutes' time for the full 36 laps at Zandvoort. And we're back, folks, getting ready for the full race. Now here at Zandvoort, drivers doing a quick formation lap. See what everyone's running to start off the race. Oh, we got some different strategies. Oh, jeez. But yeah, so that was the rain, the sprint done. Now it's overcast, so I imagine, from the look in the sky, it should stay dry for the full race. Now I imagine the weather will probably just get better from here on out. But we have Sparky starting off from the lead on the soft tires. Try to use that to get away from the cars behind. Not a bad strategy at all, especially at this track. You can take the soft tires you should be able to take the soft tires for a while here at this track. So this might work out better for him than it did for his teammate last week at Silverstone. So he's going to try to get away on the softs while Vodka and Benzo behind are on the hards. Drupally in the back also on the hards. And then you have most of the guys running the mediums. But then you also have Great Ace, someone else who's on the softs, who's going to try to gain some positions right off the start, I'm guessing. And yeah, there were some little incidents there in the sprint, but for the most part, everyone kept it clean. It was mostly like someone like Drupely's car was like swerving at one moment. That was a little crazy. He just had like no grip on his car whatsoever. We shall see, folks. We shall see. Let me check out the stream real quick. Just checking there. All right. Here we go. Everyone's in position here now. Come on, EA. Give me that camera angle. Oh, positions is glitching out. Oh, more interval glitches. This game is so broken. Oh, is the game broken? No one's moving off the line. Is the game broken? The game might be broken. I think we might have to do a restart. No one's moving off the line for me. And it says they're on lap 2. Yep, it's going to be a restart. I think we're going to have to restart the race. I'm going to quickly take a picture of those positions. Actually, that isn't even the true positions, though. That's the problem. Because Jelly is actually way down. But that's going to be a restart because no one's even moving for me at the moment. Are we doing a race restart? I'm confused here, folks. Jelly did lag out there. That was the issue. But it looks like everything's back, but Jelly lagged out. Jelly was the cause of the connection issues there. But, so is that a Jelly AI on track there now? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Sparky now in the lead. Benzo Slice in second. Yep, Jelly does need an invite back. Okay, so the lobby is fine. Jelly just needs an invite back. Yeah. So Jelly was the only one who got kicked out that time. Kind of sucks. Kind of ruins the race start a little bit. But anyways, folks, lights out and away we go here. At the Dutch GPs and Ford. EA can't make a game to save their life. Sparky's still in the lead. Benzo and Vodka Victor not too far behind. Great Ace has managed to move up some positions like we predicted. Moved up to 4th. Ahead of Pete the Newfie, who's right behind him. Of course, not showing the interval property because this game is terrible. We got Slingshot going for a move on Smoke here up the start-finish line. But he is going to back off. Smoke going all the way to the left, though, to leave the space. Good on him. Both Alfa Romeo team members here. Once again, Jelly is now back in the game, in control of his character, though. Once again. But these Alfa Romeo drivers got to decide what they're going to do here. Big decision to be made here. What's going to happen? Slavage gets past Jelly there, moves up to 9th. My intervals are still a glitch. It's crazy how this is happening like almost every week now. This is absurd. That is absolutely ridiculous. Oh no, Vodka Victory loses control of his car. Oh my god! That's gonna be it. That's gonna be is that a full safety car? It should be a full safety car. It's definitely at least a VSC. It's not gonna be a full safety car. Oh my goodness. Just like that, Vodka Victory. Vodka Victory spun on the last corner. And Smoke in the Red Bull smashed right into him. By complete accident, obviously. Oh my god. So just like that. That's 2 drivers out of the race just like that. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. But no, it's just going to be a VSC. I mean, that's crazy. That's not a full safety car. But wow, so a lap 1 incident there with Vodka Victory and Smoke. Like I said, completely accidental though. Vodka Victory spun out there on that final corner and Smoke just got caught up in it. And it's taken both Blackstappen and Vodka Victory out of the Dutch Grand Prix. Oh my goodness. Good thing for 2 of them. They both, or at least Vodka, still got points from the sprint, but oh my god. That is shocking. VSC, DRS has now been re-enabled. Sparky pits as soon as the VSC ends. Sparky also picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So just like that, this race is anyone's to win now. Oh my goodness, Sparky going to the hard tires. Wow. Okay, now Benzo Slice takes the lead of the race. Pete the Newfie in third, hot on the tail of Great Ace. That's who we're going to watch right now. Both of these guys fighting to try to catch up to Benzo Slice. So as we saw from earlier, he is the fast person on track that hasn't been hurt by this. Jelly had the connection issue. Vodka Victory is now out of the race. This is actually a great opportunity for Benzo Slice to fight for Alpine's first win in NACS. With his teammate Slavage currently in 5th, his highest racing position I think we've ever seen him in, other than possibly Vegas, I guess. Currently right behind Slingshot once again. These 3 guys, Slingshot, Slavage, and Abrupters, can't get away from each other tonight. Though Slavage has almost burned up all of his ERS. But wow, we are down to 9 drivers left in the race, folks. Just like that. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. Jelly currently all the way at the back at the moment, but that's to be expected. I mean, he did lag out of the race. So now we know, though, that it is Jelly who has the bad connection, because he was the only one who lagged out when that formation lap bug happened. But I don't know. We could make the argument to turn formation lap off for all future races. I would not be opposed to it if it's going to cause problems like that. Wow. Great Ace and Pete are gaining time, though, on Benzo. Especially Great Ace now, almost within DRS of him. All 3 of these guys are currently watching this little train, though, from 4th to 6th right now. Like I said, Sparky has done a pit stop, has swapped tire compounds, but now he has a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. These guys just can't catch a break with the speeding and the pit lane penalties here at Zandvoort. People are just getting caught out by it. You gotta slow down way more than you think you do here. That's all it is. Slavage going for a move on turn 1 on Slingshot. Oh no! That was almost disaster there for Slavage, but managed to keep it together there. Holds 5th ahead of Abrupt at the moment. That could have been absolute disaster there for Slavage. Could have gone right into the wall, but he kept it out of it. Jelly posted a new fast lap of the race at 112.7 on the soft tires. Still in the back, though, behind Druply. This is the scrap to watch right now. And Benzo at the lead knows that Great Ace, especially Great Ace behind him, is going to have to pit way earlier than he is, so. Here we go, Abrupt. Putting the pressure on Slavage once again, though. Oh, going for a move on this corner, of all places. Doesn't work out from, though. Loses some time there, I'm afraid. I admire the attempt, though. I definitely admire the attempt. Watch this now. Great Ace. Great Ace on Benzo Slice's tail now. We'll have to jump up to that theory shortly and check that out as well. In fact, we'll even do that right now. Great Ace fighting for lead of the race with a man he has paired up with in multiple other leagues. These two are good buddies. Now they're fighting for a race win out of nowhere. Such a shame, though, for Vodka Victory and Smoke to just be out of the race just like that on lap 1. That is quite unfortunate for them. But that means everyone else who finishes the race will finish in the points. They will get points for their team. So this is huge now. This is very huge. Plus, another DNF for Vodka Victory could allow someone else to, you know, start closing the gap a bit to him in the championship. Even though Vodka does have a couple race lead on everyone else. So he can afford to have a race like this, go like this. But here we go. Abrupt going at it with Slavage into turn 1. Makes the overtake nice and clean, though. Moves up to 5th ahead of Slavage. Slavage, though, showing some good pace, though, around Zandvoort. I gotta say, I gotta give him props. He is showing good pace tonight around this track. The best pace we've seen from him all season, I would say, so far. All three of these guys still all fighting right behind Slingshot. Great Ace and Benzo also pulling time on Pete in 3rd by a wide margin. Sparky is saving time to the cars ahead, only 5 seconds behind them now, though you gotta remember he does have that 5-second penalty. So this race has gone from bad to worse for the McLaren team right now. Like I said, just goes to show the one lap pace isn't everything. Comes down to what happens in the race, and both of them have had some really bad luck tonight. That's for sure. That's for sure, that's for sure. Jelly now, like I said, only the second half now behind Druply, so we might see the two of them battling at the back soon enough as well. Great Ace now within a half second of Benzo Slice. Two of them battling around the second sector now as well. Just like these free drivers are. Again, they're still 3 seconds back from Pete the Newfie in 3rd, but anything can happen. Like, these free drivers could technically be fighting for a podium position right now. Like, this is technically huge, what they're fighting for. As of right now. Let's quickly jump up to the front. Is Great Ace He's almost used up all his ERS. He does have DRS, but he's not going to be close enough to Benzo Slice to go for a move at this moment. Benzo Slice still holding on to 40% of his ERS. So he has that advantage on Great Ace. All these guys still a bit too far back from Slingshot to go for anything at the moment. Slingshot doing a great job keeping these two behind him. Defending very well. At lap 10 of the race so far. The person technically on the oldest tires right now is Great Ace, though, on those 9-lap-old softs. He's definitely at least over halfway through the stint on those softs. I imagine we won't see him stay on those softs for too much longer. Maybe another couple laps or so. Abrupt is going to have DRS on Slingshot here now, though. He's managed to get Slavage out of his DRS. And now he's got Slingshot in his. This is exactly what he wants, because now next DRS zone on the start-finish straight. This could be a great opportunity for Abrupt to move up into 4th ahead of Slingshot. He's going to burn a little bit of ERS. And jump up to the front here, we can also see Great Ace still on this lap as well. Not able to go for a move on Benzo Slice just yet. He's still stuck behind him at the moment. Still stuck behind him at the moment. Same thing with Abrupt, still stuck behind Slingshot. So these guys are doing their absolute best to defend from the car behind. Great Ace is on board currently. Oh no, he touches the curb there a little bit. Goes off over the curb a little bit. That's going to cost him some time too, Benzo there. But this is huge for Great Ace if he wants to keep Aston Martin's lead in the Constructors. He desperately needs to do well here, honestly. His teammate's out. His teammate only got, like, the 7 points from the sprint. He needs to get those series points in as well for Aston Martin. Sparky also has now caught up to the back of Slavage. Looks like he's going to fly past him pretty easily here in the DRS zone. And move up to 6th. See Slingshot and the Red Bull Pete the Newfie going at it now, actually. Somehow, Pete the Newfie must have made a mistake, because now Slingshot and Abrupt have both caught up to Pete the Newfie. And Sparky is now right behind them as well in the McLaren. So we have a 4-way fight going on here. So hard to watch everything that's going on. Also got to keep an eye. There is a fight for the lead of the race right now between Benzo Slice and Great Ace. All these cars super tight together right now. All 5 of these cars. This is insanity. It's only Drupal and Jelly that are far behind right now. But that could change, obviously. But as I was saying, this is very important for Great Ace. His teammate Vodka Victory is out. But so is Smoke for Pete the Newfie. So this is huge for Red Bull and Aston Martin. Pete the Newfie and Great Ace have a lot on their shoulders right now. They have to secure a good result for their teams. Very imperative. Sparky looking for a move there on Abrupt. Still not able to find it. Same thing with Slingshot, Pete the Newfie, but he is keeping up behind him. Sling getting really close to Pete there, as you can see. But now he has to watch out for Abrupt, who's also very close. Like I said, all these cars are super close right now. Same thing with Great Ace and Benzo Slice here as well. Also very close, about to have a DRS zone coming up. Coming up here now in a second, DRS zone for Great Ace. So he is on 12-lap-old softs. His tires are going to start to get a little worn here now. Still unable to go for a move on Benzo Slice at the moment. He has to just store up his ERS and wait it out. But he's doing a great job, though, keeping up with Benzo, gotta say. Even though his tires are definitely a lot more worn, he's doing a great job keeping up with Benzo. You gotta give him mad props for that. Cutting back here, though, you can see, oh no, Pete the Newfie has gone off track. Made a huge error has now fallen all the way down to 7th. I think he went off on the sand or the grass there that time. Grade A still unable to get the position there in the DRS zone. Sparky, though, is looking forward on Abrupt. And he secures it, even though he does have the time penalty. Oh no, Abrupt's going to fight him for it. He's fighting him for the position. Oh, but Sparky gets himself right in between Slingshot and Abrupt. Good stuff. Very good stuff from the McLaren driver. Currently holding 4th. His next target is Slingshot and the Alfa Romeo, fighting to get up into the podium positions once again. But yeah, very rough for Pete the Newfie there. I think he made a mistake. Might have got a little too greedy or something at the end of that chicane there. I'm not really sure exactly what happened. I wasn't looking at the moment because I was looking at the race lead. But yeah, unfortunate for Pete the Newfie. Pete the Newfie was up in the podium position, and now he's all the way down to 7th at the moment. 2 seconds behind Slavage in 6th. So he has some time to make up now. On 13-lap old mediums, we'll see when he decides to go in for his pit stop. Here we go, though. Sparky with the DRS on Slingshot, going up into turn 1. Sparky secures the position, moves up into 3rd. Pretty soundly there. Takes 3rd away from Sling. Yellow flag in Sector 1, though. What is going on there? Great Ace making a huge error. Oh, no. Great Ace has now fallen 5 seconds behind Benzo Slice. 6 seconds, actually. Huge mistake there from Great Ace. That is going to cost him up to 5 seconds. From that one mistake alone, he has now lost 5 seconds to the race leader. Halfway or so into this race. And that is huge. Oh no, a car has gone off. It's GG Slavage. Pete the Newfie also picks up freezing time penalty for multiple warnings. GG Slavage is going to have to wait for his moment to come back on track safely. And he does, I think. Yeah, he's going to have to let Jelly go as well. You know, very unfortunate for Slavage. Is now going to be all the way at the back of the grid. Very unfortunate. Had a pretty solid race so far, but just made a huge error there. Just completely just didn't brake at all or something. He's very lucky to still be in the race. He was off in the sand. He's also lucky he didn't get beached that time. I thought for sure his Alpine was going to be beached that time. He wasn't going to be able to move the car, and he was going to be out of the race. But fortunately, Slavage is still in the race. He can still secure some points for Alpine. Still a lot of racing to go. Still over half the race to go. So now cutting back to Abrupt, who is still battling with Slingshot. And there goes Slavage into the pits to do his pit stop here. Now I imagine he's probably just going to go to the hards for the rest of the race. If I were him, that's what I would do. And no, Slavage is going to go to the soft. Slavage is going to go for 2-stop. It's a VSC, though. What's going on? I think Pete the Newfie made another mistake, but there's a VSC for some reason. Not really sure why. Everyone is on track. Slavage is coming out of the pits there now in the softs. Yeah, not really. Little bit of an unnecessary VSC there, in my opinion, from the game. But regardless, that's going to be great for Great Ace, because all that time he had lost the Benzo Slice from that mistake, he's now going to get most of it back. So not bad for him at all. There goes Great Ace into the pits now, taking care of his pit stop. This is going to allow Sparky to move up to 2nd at the moment and try to chase Benzo down. Oh, and there goes Drooply Bunyan in the Alfa Romeo into the pits, and so does Pete the Newfie. And Blue Jelly. 4 guys all pitting on this lap. Abrupt and Slingshot now fighting for 3rd at the moment, though both of them still have to do their pit stops, and they're both on really old tires, 16-lap old mediums. I would imagine the 2 of them are now also going to pit very soon as well. Kind of strange, though, that Slavage opted to pit for the softs instead of just going to the hards to finish the race. So Slavage is going to be doing a 2-stop strategy. Slavage will have to pit again before the end of this race. There is absolutely no way Slavage is taking those soft tires. Can you adjust the volume here a little bit? There we go. Yeah, there is absolutely no way Slavage is taking those soft tires all the way to the end of the race. It's physically impossible. So I imagine we'll see him have to pit again before the end of the race. Here we go. Abrupt has DRS on Sling. Are they both going into the pits? No, they're not. Abrupt is staying out. Sling is going into the pits, though. Sling pits, but Abrupt stays out. So right now, Slingshot is doing the smart play. He's attempting to undercut Abrupt here. We'll see how it works out for him. We'll see how it works out. Benzo Slice still holding the lead of the race, though he hasn't done a pit stop yet. 8.5 seconds ahead of Sparky. Sparky, though, with the 5-second penalty, like we said. Pete Nuffy, a free second one. He's currently at the back of the grid in 9th. After those mistakes he made, Pete was having a great first half of the race and then just started making some mistakes. Everyone getting a little spaced out now, but like I said, these top 3 guys still need to do their pit stops as well. Abrupt hasn't pit yet. Benzo hasn't pit yet. Sparky has pit, but Sparky's hard tires are already 14 laps old, which means that Sparky is also going to have to pit again before the end of the race. So both Sparky and Slavage are forced to do 2-stop strategies tonight. Both of them. Meanwhile, Blue Jelly kind of just been silent for most of this race. Like I said, he lagged out at the beginning of the race. When after the formation lap, he lagged out, so had to invite him back. He's kind of been on the back foot for most of this race, but now he's on the hard tires. He'll be able to take them to the end, and we'll see if he can gain some more positions for McLaren by the end of this race. Still lots of time to do so. Next car is Slavage, 2 seconds ahead, though he is on faster soft tires for now. Benzo is still out. This is his 19th lap on the hards. I don't think we'll see him go much longer on those hards. Oh no, and Pete Nuffy has retired from the race in the pits. Like a massive vagina. Wow. Like a massive vagina, Pete Nuffy has retired from the pits. So that is going to be 0 points for Red Bull tonight. Pete Nuffy has thrown in the towel just like that. He made like 1 or 2 mistakes, and he just decided to retire from the race for no apparent reason. So, yeah, that's a real racer right there, folks. Gotta say, top tier. That is a top tier racer right there, folks. So that's going to be 0 points for Red Bull tonight. Well, that's a lie. There will be points from the sprint race, but 0 points from the full race for Red Bull tonight. Here we have Druply, who's now right behind his teammate on the faster mediums. I imagine Sling will let his teammate go here with DRS. Yep. There you go. Druply sets a new fastest lap of the race, actually, a 112.7. For now, anyway. Oof, the Alfa Romeo's here now. Close together, though they are 14 seconds behind the next car ahead, which is Great Ace. Great Ace here, currently in a pretty good position. However, I don't even know if it's possible for him to take those mediums to the end. I mean, I guess he can, but if Great Ace wants to take those mediums to the end, they are going to be so hard to control at the end. So it's a big risk he's taken. But there goes Benzo Slice into the pits now. 8 drivers left in the race. Everyone else who finishes will get some really good points for their team. Especially since I will continue to roast him. Pete's my buddy, so I will continue to roast the shit out of him. Especially since Pete Nuffy has decided to retire like a little bitch. When there was no need to. I mean, just finish the race. Like, boo-hoo, you're doing bad. Like, who cares? Finish the race. Oh, Great Ace getting a little hairy there on the side of the curb. They're almost going off on the grass. They're just behind Benzo still. Almost all of his ERS gone. Benzo still has 35% of his. It's really hard to get your ERS back around this track. Sparky's still currently in the race lead. Abrupt still out there on 20 lap old mediums. My goodness, Abrupt is doing such a long stint. So it looks to me like Abrupt is doing a medium to soft strategy. I imagine we'll see Abrupt here probably pit here this lap and go in for the soft tires, is what it looks like to me. Here's the moment of truth coming around the final corner. Do we see Abrupt go in? Personally, I think we do. I think this is his strategy. There goes Sparky. Sparky's going in for his second pit stop. That's Sparky's other pit stop of the race. And yep, there goes Abrupt. So Abrupt went 21 laps on the medium tires, and I imagine we'll see him come out in the softs now to finish the race. Sparky coming out in the mediums to finish. And come on, game. He's on the softs, right? Yeah, and yes, he is. There you go. Sparky and Abrupt coming out of the pits at the same time. Benzo and Great Ace now back fighting for the lead of the race once again. Once again fighting for the lead of the race. Is Great Ace going to have another potential race win this season stolen from him right out from underneath his feet? Like someone pulling the rug right out from underneath him. Is that what we're seeing here tonight? Him and Benzo currently have a 13-second gap to the next car behind, which is Druply. So this is huge. The two of them are fighting for the win here. This is big. Jelly currently at the back in 8th, though he is pretty close to Slavage. Could possibly get past him very soon. Slingshot in 5th is also going to have to be careful because Abrupt is going to be coming up on him there shortly with super fresh soft tires. Because Abrupt opted for the medium to soft strategy, so now Abrupt is going to be absolutely flying here at the end of this race. So we'll see if that works out in his favor. Sparky has served his 5-second penalty. Sparky has served his 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. So Sparky currently in 4th there. Oh, Jelly and Slavage going at it here. Slavage ain't backing down without a fight. Right on Slavage. He ain't giving up that position. But like I said, Sparky currently in 4th now, just right behind Drupally. 13 laps to catch up to, for the two of them to try to catch up to Great Ace and Benzo. Especially since Sparky and but the thing is, Sparky is on fresher mediums than Drupally and Great Ace, so you also got to keep that into account as well, especially once it gets to the later laps of the race. Like I said, Great Ace's mediums are going to be gone. But there we go, really nice move from Abrupt there. Nice overtake, moves up to 5th ahead of Slingshot. Slingshot with DRS on Abrupt. Is he going to go for a move here? Looks like Jelly is also trying to retake the position from Slavage there. Slingshot backs out though. But Jelly manages to get the move done on Slavage. Moves up to 7th position. Takes 7th from Slavage. Abrupt, like I said, also got past Slingshot fair and square. Now in 5th on those fresh softs. He is flying. He is chasing down the cars ahead on the mediums. And Sparky still currently behind Drupally, fighting for that final podium position at the moment. Great Ace. Now Great Ace's mediums are getting older. He is losing time to Benzo, though. So if Benzo plays his cards, if Benzo can keep it together here for these final 12 laps, Benzo Slice will win the race. Here goes Sparky getting into the slipstream of Drupally so he can go for a move on him here. Sparky also posts a new fast lap of the race at 112.4. Into turn 1 goes Sparky and Drupally. And Sparky gets past Drupally, moves up into 3rd, takes that podium position away from him. 3 lap old mediums to 8 lap old mediums. You can see the difference right there. Clear as can be. Slingshot. Oh no, Slavage has left the session. What's happened to Slavage? As Slingshot and Jelly are going at it here. Slingshot gets past Jelly, moves back up to 6th. But Slavage has now left the session for some reason. Why has Slavage left the session? He's still in the race. Has someone else had a connection issue? Let me invite him back to the game. Invite Slavage back to the game. Looks like Jelly wasn't our only person to lag out tonight. Looks like Slavage might have also lagged out because his car is still out there on track right now. At the moment. Jelly here coming up here now, going to have DRS on Slingshot once again. Druply also doing his best to try to stay in that range and fight for the podium with Sparky. Sparky now only 9 seconds behind Great Ace in second. I don't know what happened to Great Ace. Great Ace must have made another huge error. Jelly now putting the pressure on Slingshot. Great Ace picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Oh no. With only 10 laps left of the race, Great Ace's his race is starting to crumble a little bit. He's now lost a ton of time to Benzo Slice. I'm guessing he made another mistake. He's now 5 seconds behind Benzo. Car behind Sparky, who's on fresher mediums, who's 7.8 behind him now. So at this point, it's going to be a struggle just for Great Ace to still finish on the podium, especially with that time penalty, a 3-second time penalty. Jelly with DRS on Sling has to back out of it. There, wow, that is hugely unfortunate for Great Ace. Makes a huge error and picks up a 3-second time penalty on top of it, just as he was, fighting for the win with Benzo. There goes Jelly with DRS, gets the overtake done on Sling. Moves up into 6th position. There goes Slavage into the pits for his second pit stop of the race. And he's going to come out on a second set of softs to finish the race. Makes sense to me. Definitely makes sense to me. Definitely makes sense. Slingshot and Jelly here both on the hards. Not really gaining much time to the cars ahead. That time penalty for Great Ace could cost him dearly here. Could cost him the he's already cost himself the win here tonight. It looks like he might also cost himself the podium as well. Sparky and Druply potentially. So unfortunate for Great Ace. Like I said, he was fighting for a win here tonight for Aston Martin, but his own mistakes have been his undoing. He has not been consistent enough tonight. It's as simple as that. Slingshot still staying within DRS range of Jelly, though. Like I said, Abrupt currently in 5th, 3 seconds behind Druply, who is the next car ahead. All pit stops should be done for the rest of this race. Everyone should be able to take their tires to the end. Though like I said, it is going to be really tough for Great Ace near the end of the stint, though. Jim Clark, Jackie Stewart, you hear everybody talking in the background. Unfortunately, Sling not going to get DRS this time on Jelly. This could be Jelly's chance to pull away from Slingshot. Slavage now super behind. Like I said, I don't think he's rejoined. I think he's currently in AI right now. I'm pretty sure Slavage has not rejoined the race. And that is exactly what's happening here right now. Jelly is pulling away from Sling. This could still be a solid result for the McLaren team. You know, 2nd and 6th would still be solid points for the team. Especially since this is another race where Vodka Victory will not be getting many points for Aston Martin. So we'll see what happens. I do see. It says Jelly's yellow fuel light on. I'm just gonna quickly swap through here and see, is Jelly's the only one showing the yellow fuel light on for you? Yes, it is. Interesting. Could be potential for Jelly. Jelly could be in fuel trouble. Who knows? We'll see. Yellow flag in Sector 2, though. Someone's messed up. Was that Benzo Slice at the lead of the race that just caused that yellow flag to come out? Not sure, but there was a yellow flag that came out. Great Ace is now only 5 seconds behind Benzo. So yeah, it must have been a little mistake there from the Alpine driver. Fighting for that win here tonight. Sparky, currently now almost within Great Ace's DRS range. Can almost go for the overtake on Great Ace, and I don't think there's going to be much Great Ace is really going to be able to do. Though Great Ace is on similar tires to Drupally, so at this point I think all Great Ace can really hope for is to try to still finish on the podium ahead of Drupally. But to do so, as you can see, he has a 3-second time penalty, so he's going to have to finish 3 seconds ahead of Drupally. Yellow in Sector 1, Benzo Slice has messed up again. Benzo Slice has gone off on the grass. All of a sudden, this win is completely on the cards for Sparky. Benzo Slice is now starting to make some serious mistakes. Benzo Slice had this win in the bag, and now Great Ace and Sparky are both only about a second away from him. So Benzo Slice needs to put his head back down and focus. There's only 5 laps left of the race. Slingshot's now got back within DRS of Jelly again. These guys are having their own little battle here. There's no way they can't catch up to anyone at this point. And that second pit stop really costing Slavage, as you can see from his gap as well. But wow, yeah, 2 huge mistakes for Benzo Slice back to back. Wow, really shocking there. I mean, I thought he had the win in the bag there, but now he's starting to make some mistakes, and now it's all up in the air. I'm afraid for him. It's not going to be as easy for Benzo Slice as we may have thought. My goodness. Benzo Slice is quick. He is quick, but he's made, similar to what Great Ace did earlier now, he's made 2 mistakes, and now Great Ace and Sparky are almost within his DRS range. So it's going to be tough. Sparky about 30% ERS. Great Ace has almost all of his gone. Benzo does have about the same amount of Sparky, though. So it looks like it's going to be a fight for the win here between Benzo, Slice, and Sparky. Alpine versus McLaren. And fortunately for Great Ace, it looks like he is managing to still pull time on Drupally, so he is still keeping himself in those podium positions regardless, even if Sparky does get past him here, which I don't think there's going to be much he's going to be able to do about this. Sparky's using a ton of ERS that he had saved up, using DRS, getting in Great Ace's slipstream. Great Ace is not backing down, though. He's trying to still hold the position from Sparky. Both of them going wheel to wheel there. Nice clean wheel to wheel there between the 2 drivers. Unfortunately, Sparky was still just a little bit too far back to completely secure the move on Great Ace. So now he's going to have to go around again and wait for another opportunity like that. Well, meanwhile, Benzo is going to profit off this, because Benzo, the more Sparky has to fight Great Ace, the better for Benzo. Great Ace did make a little bit of a mistake there, though. Almost could have cost him some serious time there, but he pulled it back on track. Sparky with the DRS, as you can see there. He's going to have DRS again on Great Ace coming up here now around the final corner. With 40% ERS to Great Ace is like nothing. Yeah, this should be a great opportunity for Sparky to get past Great Ace here at the start of lap 34. Only 3 laps left of the race. And it is a battle for the win here. There goes Sparky past Great Ace. Boom. Takes second position away from Great Ace. Oh, Great Ace is fighting him, though. He's fighting him for that second position. But it is Sparky's to take, though. It is Sparky's to take. Though, because of all their fighting, Sparky is still 1.4 seconds behind Benzo. They're on very similar tires, though. Sparky's are 1 lap fresher, but not, that's not that significant. Let's look at their lap times right quick. Sparky is lapping faster than Benzo. But Benzo Slice is using a little bit of ERS, has a little bit more ERS to use than Sparky, so this is just going to be a really tough final 2 laps for Benzo Slice. He just has to keep Sparky at bay, try to keep him out of that DRS range if he wants to secure the win, his first win in NACS and a win for Alpine. He has to keep Sparky at range for 2 more laps, all because of his mistakes, by the way, though. Keep in mind, Benzo had like an 8+ second gap to Great Ace and Sparky, but he made those 2 mistakes, and that cost him all that time. So he just has to keep it together for 2 more laps. Sparky's realistically only going to really have the final lap now at this point to really have a shot at taking the lead from Benzo Slice, as he's almost getting back within range of him now. Benzo Slice still has 40% ERS, though Sparky only has 20. Benzo has double the ERS that Sparky has. But fortunately for Great Ace, though, like I said, he is still 7 seconds ahead of Druply, so if Great Ace keeps this up, he will still finish on the podium ahead of Druply Bunyan. Like I said, he just has to keep that 3-second gap to Druply, and he will do it. Sparky now, is in Benzo Slice's DRS range. He has to be careful. Sparky is going to have DRS on Benzo Slice on the final lap. This is not what he wanted. Sparky has 32. Benzo has 50. If I were Benzo right now, I'd be burning that ERS final lap. And that's exactly what he's doing. Look at him burn it. They're both using every little bit of ERS they got. Sparky, though, has the DRS. Yellow flag in Sector 2. Not sure what happened there. Someone made a mistake there. Oh, no, it's exactly what we predicted. It's exactly what I predicted. Blue Jelly has gone into low fuel mode. Blue Jelly has gone into low fuel mode before the start of the final lap. So he's going to lose positions to Slingshot and possibly even Slavage. Wow. This race was a disaster from the beginning for Jelly, but final lap of the race. Sparky here fighting Benzo Slice for the win. Coming up here now, 2 of them coming up to the final sector here now shortly. Sparky has 30% ERS, Benzo only has 16, so Sparky has gained an ERS advantage on Benzo here. He's going to have DRS, he's going to have an opportunity, he's going to pop the ERS. He's burning it off. Personally, I would have waited till the start-finish. What's Sparky going to do? He goes for a move here. Kind of risky, almost makes contact with him, but, I mean, they're fighting for the win. Sparky doesn't get the move done there. He is going to start using some ERS already there preemptively. But Benzo is using everything he got. Benzo is on low fuel, though. It all comes down to this. All comes down to Benzo's fuel load. Is Sparky going to steal the win? They're fighting wheel to wheel. And Sparky steals the win from Benzo Slice on the final lap. Crosses the line. Sparky GG is your winner tonight. Finishes 0.04 of a second ahead of Benzo Slice. Wow, what a finish. What a fight for the win there between the 2 drivers, between Sparky and Benzo. My goodness. Heart was pounding there for sure. Amazing finish to the race. And congrats to Great Ace for still finishing on the podium in 3rd for Aston Martin. Keeping Aston Martin up there in the Constructors. Great little stint there from him. Obviously, he's going to be upset with himself because he probably feels like he could have fought for the win tonight, but, made mistakes just like Benzo did. If Benzo hadn't made those mistakes, he would have won the race tonight. Good stuff to Alfa Romeo as well. 4th and 6th for Alfa Romeo. Druply and Sling. Abrupt Another top 5 finish for Abrupt in the AlphaTauri. Slavage is going to finish 7th in the Alpine. Even if he did leave the race earlier, it was already over the halfway point of the race. In our rules, you know, as long as you're not AIing more than half the race, it's fine. So, I mean, he was basically AIing for, like, the final quarter of the race. So, he's still going to finish 7th. So, that's going to be some really solid points for Alpine there. 2nd and 7th for Alpine. Unfortunately, rough for Jelly. He kind of was rough for him right from the start because of the lag out and everything. But he still tried the best he could. Like I said, once again, congrats to Sparky for his win here tonight. Obviously, a little gutted for Benzo. Thought for sure he was going to win that, but those mistakes he did cost him. Sparky wouldn't have been anywhere near him if he hadn't made those mistakes that he made. Wouldn't even been close. Benzo would have easily won it, but those mistakes are what cost Benzo and Great Ace the win here tonight, ultimately. And this has led to another win for McLaren, surprisingly. But before we conclude things tonight, folks, we're going to get... Oh, and Abrupt did have fastest lap of the race. Good stuff to him, too. So that's going to be an extra point for AlphaTauri. 112.4. Just ever so slightly faster than Sparky. Before we conclude things off tonight, though, folks, we are going to get our podium in here for a quick podium interview. So let's do that.
Sparky, you criminal.
Hello.
Make sure you got your audio included.
It
there,
is
folks.
included.
We're not gonna be able. We're not gonna be able to get Benzo in the party, unfortunately, because he's on PC. I don't think he has the app or whatever.
Oh, yeah, congrats to Benzo, man. I was pushing him hard.
Yeah, I thought for sure it was a fight between you two for the win.
Oh,
or at
definitely,
least
yeah.
Then you made your mistakes, and
Yeah.
but again, Benzo himself made 2 very big mistakes there, and that ultimately is what cost him the win tonight. You know, you guys, no one would have been near him. He had like an 8-9 second gap, but it all just fell apart from there. But regardless, what an insane finish though. Sparky, man, congrats. What an exciting way to win it there at Zandvoort. How'd that feel in that final, coming around that final corner?
Oh, dude, like at first I wasn't sure. I knew I had to get everything perfect there, but I knew my tires were like a little newer, and I had just a little bit of ERS saved up, and he was making mistakes, so I'm sure his tires were like way more shot than I probably thought they were. So it's just like easy exit. I just hoped he like I wasn't sure. I'm like, I've never raced against him before, so I'm like, does he race clean or not? I don't know. But yeah, as soon as we hit the straight, he just kind of like scooted off to the side, so it was just a drag race. But I was gonna win that all day with DRS and everything. So
yeah, well done, Sparks. I tried everything to hold you off, buddy. And then I ended up getting a 3-second, and I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? Here he comes.
Bro, I was saying some things when I was fighting you. I'm not gonna lie, but you know.
Yeah, that was good, buddy.
Oh, bro.
Now, Sean, obviously, man, solid drive. I mean, obviously there were some mistakes and stuff, yada yada yada. But great recovery considering how it started off with that wet qualifying.
Oh yeah, that was.
Or that, sorry, that wet sprint race and everything. That was insane. That was an amazing sprint though, guys. I mean, that's definitely one to watch back.
Yeah,
in my opinion. Sprint.
Smoke panicked.
Sprint.
Yeah.
Your mic's gone robot. Your mic's gone robot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
For you, it sounds fine.
Oh. Oh, let me fix mine. Where's mine? 1 sec.
Yeah, it's me.
It stopped. It came out like 4 in front of me, and I was trying everything to beat him, and I was like, oh man.
Oh yeah. No, that fight that I had from when I pitted back to the front was just like qualifying lap after qualifying lap after qualifying lap. It was just my arms hurt,
yeah. A lot of people got caught out in that sprint race. Didn't change their tire compounds. There was like 4 or 5 people that came out on another set of inners. So that was funny.
Yeah, they changed it.
But Yeah, Sean, no, good. Congrats on another podium, though, man. I mean, obviously it sucks because you were fighting for the win at one point.
Yeah. I tried to get Benny, but he came out in front of me after his pit stop like 4 tenths, and I'm like, oh, you criminal.
Yeah.
What happened with Vodka? No, I didn't see.
On lap
right
one,
in front of me.
yeah, Vodka spun on the final corner, like at the start of the final corner.
I almost T-boned him.
And Smoke didn't react in time and just hit into Vodka, and they both went out.
Dude.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Well, that sucks.
And I mean, it sucks that for your teammate. I mean, your teammate was kind of on the back foot the whole time because the race didn't start right away on the formation lap, and then he lagged out, and I had to re-invite him. But so I don't know. We can discuss that whether we think we should just completely turn off formation lap for the rest of our time on F123, because it's actually been absurd the amount of glitches in this game, guys. Also with time intervals and everything. Like almost every race now, I have like time interval glitches as well. Like this game is like extremely buggy. So we can put it to a vote, and if people want to turn off formation lap and just want to start, like I don't.
Well, it would be nice if we all behaved. It would be nice if we all behaved during the formation lap, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
Right.
No, but I don't even think anyone messed up their parking that time or anything. I think it was just a connection.
Yeah, but it's slowing down and speeding up. You can't be doing that. It's getting crazy, especially for the guys in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
The guys in front of you are stopping. There's no reason to be stopping. You should never be stopping under safety car.
Well, that's what I think. That's what's weird with having the safety car and reduced is that at Vegas, like the littlest thing would happen and the full safety car came out, so that's why we ended up having to set it to reduced. And it's been pretty good, but this track, like, there probably should have been a full safety car when Vodka and Smoke crashed on lap 1.
Was it bad?
I mean, I guess
Did
maybe
Smoke T-bone them, or?
Well, Vodka was like sideways
Yeah.
on track, so.
I know, dude. I almost T-boned him. It was right in front of me. I just went around the back end of him and onto the grass to avoid him.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that.
I saw that, yeah. I caught that on stream. I caught you dodging him.
I almost hit the fucking wall. I almost hit myself.
Oh, man. But regardless, folks, no, that was a really good race. I was really happy with how that turned out. That was a lot of fun. Really entertaining to watch.
Yeah, it was a good track.
Yeah, that was a good track. Netherlands does not disappoint. Yeah, that was definitely worth the sprint race. I was worried about having a sprint race at this track because it's hard to overtake, but it worked out in my opinion.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But regardless, guys, that's going to be it. We'll be back next weekend, Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for race 17, which is at Monza, the Temple of Speed. So that will be very interesting.
The NASCAR ring.
Yeah, the Turn 1 incident ring. So we'll see how that goes, but regardless, folks, I'm your host, Sidoni Muse. Thanks for joining me, Sean and Sparky, and we'll see you guys next week for Monza.
Yeah, good race, Spark.
Thanks, man. Good race, guys.
Good race, and the rest of the guys, too. It was good. We'll a lot of guys.